Hello guys, we are back with our new video. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the naming of amine, primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine. Along with that, the naming of aromatic amines as well, when amines come with the benzene ring. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Okay, let's start with the naming of the amines, what we are having the rules of that. So very first, before that, we should know what amines are. Amines are the derivatives of amines are what these are. These are the derivatives of ammonia. So as we know, ammonia has formula that is NH3, and when we will replace one of its hydrogen with alkyl group, it's known as primary amine. And let's see, if I will replace two of its hydrogen with the alkyl groups, then what it's going to be, it's known as secondary amine. And if I will replace, let's say, all the three hydrogens with the alkyl groups, then what it's going to be? It's going to be known as tertiary amine. And in short, what do we write? We can write it as primary amine, secondary amine, and tertiary amine. So now this is the way we can identify which type of amine we are having here. Now let's say if I am having this example with me. Here I am having one alkyl group with NH2 group. It's going to be known as primary amine. And let's say if I am having two alkyl groups with amine, you can say with your nitrogen group. So what you can say, you are having here, that is known as secondary amine. And if I would have, let's say, all the three positions around the nitrogen is substituted by alkyl groups, then it's going to be marked as tertiary amine. Now let's do the discussion how to write its name. Now let's see how to write the name of the amino groups in the IUPAC system. So in the IUPAC system, we have to take care the E of alkenes get replaced by amine during writing the name of any of the derivative of ammonia. Let's see, for example, if I am having CH3 along with NH2, how do I write its name? So as I am having only one carbon, what do I write? I can write it as methane. It should be only AN. And then what do I write for this? It's going to be amine. The E of methane get replaced by amine. Now let's see if we are having more than one. If we are having more than one amino groups in a parent chain, then what do we do? For that, we have to follow some steps, like, so very first we have to use a prefix. You know which prefix we have to use? Di, tri, tetra, by checking how many times the amino group get repeated. Second thing, we have to specify the position of amino group. If I'm writing amino group, it means I'm talking about NH2 group. Okay, so specify the position of amino group with the attached carbon. The another thing, the third point we have to take care what it is, that the E will be retained. Which E? This is the suffix of alkene. So the suffix of alkene will be retained during writing its name, during writing the name of compound. Now let's see one example. If I am having, let's say, one amino group is present here on the left hand side of the carbon chain, while the other amino group is present at the other end. Now let's check the number of carbons on both sides. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, if you will do the numbering from the other side, it's also going to have at first and fourth position. The amino group is going to be at the same position whether you are doing the numbering from right hand side or you will do the numbering from left hand side. So it doesn't matter. So now let's write down its name. What it's going to be? It's going to be butane. Now at what position amino group is here? One is with the position number 1, other one is with the position number 4. So it's going to be 1,4 diamine. So it's going to be 1,4 diamine. Let me correct it. Just give me a minute. So it's going to be 1,4 diamine. So here we have retained the IUPAC if we are having multiple amino group in a one parent chain. Now let's talk about for secondary and tertiary amines. So when we are talking about the secondary and tertiary amines, for them, when we are going to write its name, we have to use the locator N while writing its name. Let's see what it means. Let's say if I am having one ethyl group is on the left hand side while the other ethyl group is on the right hand side, and here I am having, let's say, methyl. So which type of amine it is? This is of course a tertiary amine because all the 3 hydrogen of ammonia get replaced. Secondly, let's say if I am having the example like this to me, here I am having 2 carbons on the one side and the 2 carbons on the other side, and here we are having only 1 hydrogen. So what type of amine it is? It's going to be secondary amine. Now how to write its name? For secondary amine we will use the locator N. So how it comes to us? It's going to be N ethyl. Yes, because one side I am having 2 carbons which is going to behave as substituent group here, so which is going to be written as ethyl, and the other one is going to marked as a chain. So what it's going to be? It's going to be N-ethyl ethene amine. Now that's for the secondary amine. Let's say if I am going to write down the name for the tertiary one, how to write it? So here you have seen that you are having the alkyl groups around the nitrogen at all the 3 positions. So how to write its name? So here we have to use the locatant N twice. So let's see how it comes to you. So it's going to be, let's say this is going to be my chain, and then here I am having 1 substituent and here I am having 1 substituent, or you can say side chains. So what do we write its name? It's going to be ethyl for us, and it's going to be methyl. And as we know, under the rules of IUPAC naming, how to write its name? Its name should come to you as N-ethyl, N-methyl ethene amine. Why we have written ethyl first and then methyl? You know, alphabetically we have to write those one first which comes alphabetically first, like ethyl come first, then methyl. So N-ethyl and methyl ethene amine. So hope you got it. Now let's do some more examples. Now let's see few more examples of amines here with us. So if you will check, this is going to be your tertiary amine. If you will check about this, it's going to be your secondary amine. Again, the last one is also classified as the tertiary amine. Now let's try to write down its name. So these two are going to marked as the substituents, or you can say the side chain. Now how to write its name? It should be written as ethyl, while it's going to be written as propyl. And if you will see for the other, this is going to be your parent chain, the longest chain. That's why I have considered the rest of the 2 as the substituent. So let's write down its name. What it's going to be? It's going to be written as N-ethyl, N-propyl, butane, 1-amine, or you can also write butanamine. So you can also write it like this: N-ethyl, N-propyl, butanamine. That's also fine. Now let's go for the next. So when we are checking for the next, let's check it about. So here we are having only one substituent here. Why? Because this is going to be your longest chain: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how to write its name? Its name is going to be written as N-methyl, because only one carbon coming to you as a side chain, which is going to be written as methyl. Now what about the longest chain? In the longest chain I am having in total 5 carbons. So what do I write? I can write pentane. Okay, now with which carbon I am having amine? If you will see, I am having this amine group attached with the second carbon. So what do I write? I will write pentane 2-amine. So hope it makes sense. Now let's go to the next. In the third one, again we are having tertiary amine. Let's find out the substituents. So here we are having one substituent. Here we are having another substituent which are behaving as a side chain. Now let's go for it. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, this is going to be my longest chain. So how do I write its name? You know the substituent's name. It's going to be methyl. Only one carbon is here. And this one is going to be ethyl. So let's write down. It's going to be N-ethyl, because we have to write alphabetically. So N-ethyl, then N-methyl. How many carbons we are having here? 4. So it's going to be written as butane. Again, as here you can see the amine group, this whole is known as amine group, which is attached with the first carbon. So it's going to be written as butane amine, or you can write butane 1-amine. Now let's talk about the aromatic amines. When amine groups come with the benzene, how it comes to you? Okay, now let's talk about the amino group when it comes with the aromatic ring. You can say your benzene ring. How to write its name? It's pretty simple. So again, it's going to be quite same like we did at the back. So the E of this, of your benzene, get replaced by amine to write its name. So what it's going to be? It's going to be written as benzene amine. So one more thing you can see here, they are having its common name, that is aniline. So what is going to be its name? Here benzene is coming with NH2, so it's going to be written as benzene amine. Just make sure the last E, the suffix E of the benzene get replaced by amine. Now here if you will see, you are having again amino group with benzene, and you are having one side chain along with this, that's going to be written as methyl. So what can I write for this? I can write it as 2-methyl benzene amine. And if you will come to the next, you can see here you are having kind of tertiary amine, because you are having 2 alkyl groups surrounded by nitrogen, and one position around the nitrogen is occupied by the benzene. So how to write its name? It's going to be written as NN dimethyl. Why dimethyl? Because we are having 2 position. At the 2 position, with what we are having methyl group present at the 2 position surrounded by the nitrogen. And what about this? How to write the name for this? We are going to write the name for this, that's going to be benzene amine. So it's going to be NN dimethyl benzene amine. So that's all about the naming of amines with the aliphatic or with the aromatic. It means with the open chain and with the benzene ring structures. So if you have any question, don't forget to send me an email. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.